Today is September 6th, 2018. I'm doing another walkthrough of my garden. Pepper plants are doing quite well. Hot peppers. One package of hot peppers is not hot peppers. I have green, white, purple bell peppers, some orange as well. Hosta is still blooming. These smell quite nice. Tree leaves are fallen from some of the fruit trees. Cantaloupe is doing well so far. Kind of went a little crazy on the fence. Some more hot peppers. Volunteer. Flowers. Volunteer. Sunflowers are almost entirely dead. Birds have been having a ball eating the seeds. A few green beans survived the rabbits, late green beans. Sweet potato plants seem to be doing quite well. They're even coming up on top of the ground, the roots. Tomatoes, there are some green left on some of them. Alternating the vinegar and baking soda mixed with water has helped. Even some blooms trying to set on again. I have not been in the garden for approximately 2 weeks. Marigolds have gotten quite high, around 6 feet, I believe. Some tomatoes are still producing. Basil plant. Honeybees have been working at morning and later evenings. Butterflies other times. Quite possibly a few more tomatoes this season with the bloom setting on. All in all, cages have worked quite well. Even the dead plants are still standing. Some are even shooting out new branches. Quite possibly a October crop of tomatoes. Watermelons were collected. A few were a little far gone, and a few still young. Just guessing, probably more than 500 pounds of watermelons off the patch. 2/3 of the watermelons weighed between 15 and 30 pounds each. Some broom cane in the distance was supposed to be sorghum. Cucumbers, not doing well, but are still alive. I've been harvesting a few. Late peppers are setting on nicely, as well as some eggplant. A few flea beetles crawling around on them. pineapple, still looking good. Due to not being in the garden, the okra has gotten large, top heavy, and fallen over. I may prune a few of them back for a later harvest, and I may be done with them. I haven't decided. Spiny melons, these are cucumbers. I'm sorry, spiny cucumbers. Spiny melons are in another spot in the garden. Final crop of sweet corn. It isn't looking too bad. Not sure what all the dying is all about on the leaves. I'll have to check that out. The green beans have recovered. Looks like they're past needing picked a little, but they are producing again. A couple of honeydews in here, and a watermelon I have messed over by the peanuts. Eggplants are looking quite well. The purple ones are some of the largest I've grown ever, actually. Some of them should have been picked sooner, but I'll harvest them for seed for next year. The large peanuts are looking rather nice. Now, due to maybe laziness or working too much, this path has, of course, growed up in weeds on this end. A maybe spring project now, but I do have some ears of corn setting on. They are tasseling on this patch. Potatoes still growing. Fall potatoes are not doing too bad. Spring ones were harvested. Pole beans are wearing me out. There is tons being produced. Many will be going probably to seed. Grapevines have been looking rather nice this year. I'll have to do some major pruning and hoping for a small grape crop off of some of these next year. Beans are doing quite nice, it seems. Tomato plants over here seem to be still doing quite well. Of course, I haven't been here to pick anything. I did pick some green beans and offered to let some other people pick some green beans, and they did. Several buckets full. Turmeric is doing quite nice. Hoping to get a large roots this year. These will be green onions. These are Egyptian walking onions. I took the bulbs that multiplied off and put them over here. This is a volunteer hot pepper. Matter of fact, there is 4 plants over here. 3 plants. That is only a limb over there. Doing quite nicely. Spiny melon has kind of gotten out of control since I have been gone. This grapevine needs to be tied up soon and pruned. A tobacco plant growing here. I'm hoping this rain will wash off the insects on it. No real use for it, just something different. It was a volunteer that came up. Peppers are doing quite nicely still. Popcorn, I should try to harvest it before it rains, I believe, here shortly. We're expecting possibly 2 to 5 inches maybe in the next few days. Cage that didn't get staked up. Tomatoes did quite well. Some are still alive. It's just a quite weird year for some of it. Okra is very, very large. But fall garden is still producing some. I did not get the last carrots seeded in. There's a few that did not grow last time that have came up. I believe it's a little late to seed. I might try and do it anyway though. And cabbage as well, but I might try a little more cabbage. Good use for rainwater. Many butterflies in the garden today. But even in fall, this is a second planting of cucumbers. I got a couple a few days ago when I happened to walk through and seen them. Another path that did not get strawed. Squash did not do too good this year, but there is a few plants still alive and trying to produce in the garden. Right now, I need to pick red raspberries. There is actually quite a few setting on, and they are multiplying quite nicely. New plants need to be moved. Blueberry bushes didn't grow too well this year. Maybe next year I'll get some more growth off of them. But they're still growing. The broom corn, not sorghum. Oh, and one final thing. This is milkweed. That worm is the larvae of the monarch butterfly. This milkweed I purposely left in order to breed the monarch butterflies to increase the population. I believe the other milkweed has been entirely eaten or died. But there are two more larvae not larvae, I'm sorry, worms that will create larvae and turn into the butterfly. But hence the purpose of many plants that you will not normally eat, as well as animals like this toad. Which are all beneficial to your gardens. And that is early September walkthrough of my garden.